The Last of Us lost 30% of their viewers this season, and I can't blame them. Yeah, Trey and I are about to give our spoiler-filled review of The Last of Us Season 2. So this is your warning. If you don't like spoilers, or if you haven't seen the season, this is not the review for you, because we are going to delve into the things we like, things we didn't like, and we will be giving spoilers and probably crying. Maybe crying's on the table.
Lots of crying.
Definitely on the table. So, as I said, it did lose 30% of its viewers. There was a shocking moment of this. What, if you could sum up this season, Trey, what was your summation, like your oh shit moment, for lack of a better term? What was the oh shit moment that stood out to you from season 2?
The oh shit moment that hit for me, I think there's the obvious one, but I want to talk about another one.
Okay.
Is the outbreak in the town, when the infected take over the town, and like they had all these like stages in place and how like they would handle this thing, and it just went to shit.
Yes.
Like, you can have all the plans in the world, and like shit hit the fan on every single level. Like, I thought that whole town was going to just be run over.
Yeah. I was so worried for all the characters that we just fell in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the moment you're referencing is the moment that probably caused the 30% dip in viewership, just judging by reactions on TikTok and judging by how mad people were. Did you see those reactions? Like, people were like, I'm not watching this. And like, it was Game of Thrones all over again. That's what
like, the readers of the book were like, oh, you didn't see this coming? Oh, first time losing this character. It's like, I didn't play the game, all right? I didn't know it was coming.
Yes, exactly. Just like Game of Thrones, the readers of the book knew it was coming. The gamers knew this was coming. And they recorded their partners who did not know this was coming. So yeah, I did not make it that far in the game. I was scared shitless playing it. I'm a wuss. I don't like horror games. And this one was, it is a very intense game. So I just have a very bad streak of not finishing games. So yeah, it could be that. But yeah, I was floored by the death of Pedro Pascal in this, and the way they do it, slightly different from the game, but no less shocking. Yeah. Ellie has to watch that made it, and then they end it on that, like her sobbing over his body, and we're just left to stew for a week. How am I supposed to recover from that? I was not okay that whole week. I still am not all right.
Twice now that HBO has been like, oh, you like this character that Pedro's playing? We're going to just shatter your heart and just take him from you.
He said he likes playing characters that die.
He's good at it. He's too good at it.
You need to stop.
Yeah, you need to stop. Please. My heart can't take it.
If the Mandalorian dies, we riot. All right.
Oh, we're right. I was like, he's not allowed to act anymore after that. If Reed Richards dies, he's done. He's game over.
I will never trust another character he plays ever again in either of those roles.
I don't like him. I don't like his character. Why not? Nope. He's gonna die.
He's gonna die. I refuse to like him.
I don't want to cry again.
No. That did lead to some interesting storytelling after that, and the arc that goes with that. I love that the time jumps, like from present and past, weren't jarring. They were substantive. They really helped tell you more context of the story. Yeah, it was great context building, but also its own narrative in a way. Like, you see almost an entire episode was a flashback. It was a filler episode. They gave us
for a majority of the season, you're like an outsider, like the rest of the community. It's like, what happened between Joel and Ellie?
Yes.
Like what did they fight about? What did they speak about the night after New Year's? Like,
did teenage years hit her that hard? And the answer is yes.
Oh yeah.
Man, that episode almost made me cry though, when she's like in the rocket and he gives her like this perfect 15th birthday, and she's just like nerding out over it and loving every second of it. And then you snap to the 16th birthday and she's getting a tattoo, and she's just
drugs, sex, and rock and roll.
Drugs, sex, and rock and roll all at once. So yeah, it was a jarring episode, and you get more context as to why they're distant now, why they're cold when they were so close in the first season. Now you have this teenage parent angst. And I love the question that was answered of why the therapist hates him too. that was fucked up of Ellie.
Like they reference it at the beginning of the season. It's like, you shot my husband, but then you never realized how intense that moment was and all the layers of that moment. And because she's like, oh, you had no choice. Okay, so he obviously got bit, and you had to do what you had to do. That's what I presume. Yeah, no,
but the way Ellie told her and spilled it and was so angry with him. I was shocked.
Like he had told like what you thought was the perfect little white lie, give her the piece that she needed to hear.
Yep.
And like that's how she was going to remember him. And then
in the teenage brain, it was like, no, that's wrong. You're lying. And she just told her the truth.
Heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking, and it was shocking, heartbreaking, and created that rift that we see in the first half of season 2. But great world building also. Like the town has been built up. You got all these people that you're now falling in love with, all these characters, and some that you hate at the beginning, but kind of grow to like as the season goes on. Like the old man character in the city. Oh, Seth? The one who fucking throws the slur.
Happy birthday, Eli.
Yeah, Joel gets super.
Can't spell.
Yeah, no, not at all. Joel gets super protective in that scene where they're at the dance. And he calls them dykes, and that's all it took for Joel to lose it.
Yeah.
Like go into dad defense mode. But by the end of the season, he's the one giving her the supplies to go do what she needs to do. And it's like, if I had one good leg, like I'd be riding with you. Oh yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do. He stood up with her against the council and the city to vote for like, hey, they took out one of ours. What's to stop them from doing it again? Like, we need to go avenge our fallen family member. Because if not, what's the point of this community?
Yeah, we just look weak.
Yeah, it's an interesting character, and there's a lot of interesting characters in this season, including Abby, who I immediately hated so much. Oh my God, she was just such an easy character to hate. They picked the perfect girl to cast and play her. It was when she did what she did and was just so cold and callous about it, and even her friends were like, yo, maybe we shouldn't. She was like, no, we're doing this, and then made Ellie watch.
And then she created herself. She literally created an alternate version of her. So it's like, oh, he killed my father. Okay, well, you killed my father. I'm going to come and kill you now.
Yes. She just perpetuated the cycle, which is what revenge and hatred do to you. They turn you into something you don't recognize. They send you on a mission that you think is going to bring you some sort of closure, and usually just creates an open loop. And you have to continue the process. I do love that Ellie this season was a certified badass. Like, hand to hand, knives, guns, you name it, she was trained in everything. Joel made sure that she was able to protect herself before going out on duty. And she seems like a bit of a vet at the start of the season. She's like, how many times have we swept buildings and cleaned them out? And she seems adventurous, like the very teenage, like death can't come for me type attitude.
Yeah.
And I like that. And then she gets Joel taken away, and it's all that invincibility just zeroes in on this one person and one target in Abby. And we get introduced to Seattle. I got a little bit of that in the game, in gameplay footage, because like I said, I didn't make it that far in the game.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. The set design in this show was so good. The monsters are creepier than ever. And we got introduced to the intelligent ones, which are terrifying. When we first run into them, what was your thought when you saw that scene where she runs into an intelligent, like, that can trap and mimic and move and knows? Like,
it's just nothing we've never seen before, but it makes sense. Like, mutations happen. Like, you're going to get new versions of these infected. And it was just terrifying to see how, like, they weren't ready for it, and then how no one believed them either.
Yeah.
When, like, they were in the council, it's like, oh, they're smart. They talk. It's like, yeah, all right, sure. You're probably just being reckless. It's like, no. Like, it baited me.
It did such a good job of foreshadowing, though, because we see how much of a threat it was when Ellie runs into one alone, and then later on in the season, there's a horde of them. So the odds that were just visually set once you see them pop out from behind crates and boxes, like your brain already had the incident that happened prior in your mind. So you're like, they're screwed. Like there's no way out of this.
They're done.
Yeah, they're dead. Instantly pops into your brain. They're dead. They're dying here.
Yeah.
Somebody's dying here. And then she locks her in the little cage and just like, I can get bit, you can't. That's another thing in this season. Is Ellie's secret is revealed. She had to tell Dina her secret. What were your thoughts on that scene, Trey, when she got bit? It's revealed. She was about to kill Ellie.
To me, that was one of the biggest plot twists of the whole season for me. It's like one, like revealing Dina her secret, but then also Dina being like, I'm pregnant at the same time.
It was like, a double bombshell.
And then I love the memes that came afterwards of Ellie being like, I'm going to be a dad. It's just, they were hilarious, but it's just such a sweet moment because it's just like the stakes were already high because they're already doing this mission solo, but now it's like you got a baby on the way.
Yeah.
And then now you have to keep the secret with me of that I'm the one that could have cured us all.
Yes. There's so much going on with secret holding, and Ellie has a change of heart right there and then. It's like you're having a baby. Like this is different.
Like what?
We need to go back.
It's so stupid. You need to go home.
Selfish. Yeah. But they don't even get the chance to. They get sucked into that moment where they almost die. And here comes baby daddy to the rescue. Jesse saves the day out of nowhere.
It was a moment. It's like you could see Ellie was having like callbacks of when like Joel would save her.
Yeah.
And like you don't see him at first, and someone's like, could it be? It's like, no. Of course not. He's gone now. And then Jesse comes in, guns ablazing, saving the day.
Yeah.
And it's like, thank God, like he went after them and followed them.
And they get back to safety, but Ellie can't let it go now.
No.
She's obsessed with killing Abby at all cost. And at one point, she has a decision to make because Abby's one way. She's figured out where Abby is, and how she figures out where Abby is a gruesome story in its own. Oh, like, I guess we'll have to veer into that path. She chases down the members of Abby's party to find out where she is. And the first one she runs into is in a hospital where the lower levels, the virus has made itself airborne. So you now don't have to get bit. You can breathe in the virus
and you're done.
And turn. Yeah, it's that simple. You just become one of them just by breathing it in. And that's the setting that this takes place. And that's also where we find out that Ellie forgave Joel and found out what Joel did. Because the whole season up to that point, we're thinking Joel went to the grave with his secret of how he saved Ellie and what he did. And that she could have been a cure. We thought he took that to the grave. But that's not the case. We get another flashback scene giving us the missing context and the pieces to everything that strained the relationship and was on the verge of healing the relationship, which to me made it hurt even more.
Oh, yeah. It's like you already know he's gone at this point, and just all the things, like they were in the process of like getting on better terms. Like the line she says to him, it's like,
I don't think I could forgive you for this, but I want to try.
It was just
that was that. I cried. That one got me.
That was the most emotional scene for me, hands down. Is that, and then when she's calling him out, it's like, I know when you're lying. I can see on your face. You need to tell me what happened. And his Pedro is just so phenomenal.
So good. So good. And the welling up of the tears and just
and his voice breaking when he's just like, because I love you.
Yeah.
And like,
I do it again.
Me. And then he says the line that his father said to him in that flashback of just like, and I hope you'll do better than me when you have your own. It broke me. Like, absolutely broke me. It's like, I'm not a father by any means, but it's just like, you can just feel that love, just even being a son, being, it just,
you can see it from the perspective of Ellie.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. I lost it as a father and as a son, seeing that each generation just tries their best. They try their best to be better than their predecessors. And for me, that's all I've ever tried to be, was the successor, the better of what I had. So seeing that spoken and that narrative play out, I was a ball of tears.
And I feel like as millennials, we've heard this story from our boomer parents all the time. We're just like, my parents beat the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like that story when his father's telling about his grandfather, it's like, he broke my jaw. My mother thought I was dead. And it was just like, I've sadly have heard stories like that and just made that scene that much more real. And it's just like, you don't realize the generational trauma that goes on with these people. And then like how Joel is like, yeah, that's why you can see he's a violent person, but he's done it by trying to be better because he
tried to be just
person.
when using violence.
Exactly. He was trying to protect Tommy, trying to protect Ellie. And it just makes that his death just hurt that much more.
So they've recovered. They're on the mend. Joel dies. We're in Seattle. Ellie hunts down a member, gets her to the lower level, and she's like, you know what he did? He killed them all for you. And is telling her what we think for the first time she's hearing. And she just says, I know. And proceeds to break her legs repeatedly and beat her until she gives her the information she wants on where Abby is.
Gruesome.
It is graphic. It's intense. And I love that they let your imagination do the rest. After the first few strikes, we don't see her again till she's walking in the church and she says she has info. So then that sets up the next moment where One Direction, we have possibly Tommy pinned down, needing to be saved after trying to come to rescue Ellie. Ellie has a choice. Go rescue what may be Tommy pinned down in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Or go where she thinks Abby is.
Yes.
What were your thoughts when she had that decision to make?
You can tell just like how she made the decision before she even left. Like she will do anything to stop. And then verified her decision, like Tommy would want me to do this.
Yeah. She was just, I don't know if she truly believed that or if it was mental gymnastics she was trying to justify.
Mental gymnastics, 100%.
You think so? I think she genuinely believed that Tommy would, because he wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't mad
at it.
But
at the same time, like, because like their family and their circle is closing in so much, especially after Joel's death, I feel like they want to be more strategic about everything.
Definitely more cautious. Yeah.
More cautious. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, they're not. And that puts them in a dangerous situation with a radical group. And Ellie ends up on her way to trying to get Abby, ends up almost getting her stomach slit open. There are some more graphic scenes. Yeah. Yeah. It's terrifying. But
the Stars and the Wolf War was just insane to watch.
We were outsiders looking in, only seeing glimpses in passing of it, from them murdering young kids to the line that I love is, every day one of yours deserts, none of ours ever do.
Yeah.
Like he tells that to the wolf and the wolf just kind of like, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Like wolves are deserting daily.
Because he hits him with a great line. It's like, what are you talking about? We have numbers. We have automatic machine guns. You have bows and arrows. Like, how are we losing?
We've never lost a single person. It's like they have ideology on their side.
And then you're still looking at both sides. Like, who is right? It's like, but they're both just mercilessly killing people.
Yes. It looks like savagery on both sides.
Absolutely.
And that's like the background music to Ellie trying to get to Abby. So there's just so much destruction in this season, so much violence and hatred and deep-seated
naivety
vitriol
from her.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
naive.
she gets there.
Oh yeah,
she gets there, man. Yeah. And what was your thoughts on that scene? Explain what happened there when she's got them both. She wants to know where Abby is, and you take it from there. What were your thoughts watching that scene?
To me, this was the follow-up twist moment from the immune and pregnancy reveal to then she's doing whatever it takes to find Abby, and unfortunately she, in self-defense, shoots the guy, which then by result goes through him and goes through a pregnant woman's neck. So she's seeing the consequences. Like, what if this was Dina? And like, she can't put it herself because she's just like, I got a baby on the way right now. And then she's hesitant to actually go in and even try. And then she can't bring herself to do it.
Nope.
And with the mother's dying breath, she's just like, did you get it? Is it out yet? And it's just heartbreaking to watch because she's holding on as long as she can
just to give her baby a shot.
Yeah. And for what? To find Abby. Nothing.
And then Jesse walks in on it.
Yeah. And you can tell, and Tommy, and that's when they're just like, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. You kind of look at Ellie like a monster at that point. Like revenge has turned her into a monster.
Goes nonverbal. She just goes nonverbal after that.
Completely numb.
It was so hard to watch.
That's what revenge does. It turns you into someone you cannot recognize. And then we get to the season finale.
Oh my God.
They're on stage. They run out. Jesse, brains blown out as soon as he walks through the door.
Jaw was on the floor.
I was like, what? We just established how important he is and what's going on.
He's got a baby on the way.
Yeah, Dina is pregnant with his baby, and now his brains are JFK'd all over.
He's gonna be one of the next council leaders.
We're told all of this promise and ready to go forward with Jesse, and it's
so heartbreaking after he tells the story about how he was gonna leave the town with this girl that he fell in love with.
Yeah, but
he made his choice of community first.
Yep.
And I love the line. I hate to tangent away from this, but I love the line that Ellie gives him. It's like, you talk about your community so much, but you're the community that would watch a 12-year-old boy get killed.
Yeah.
It's like, don't talk to me about community.
Yeah. Yeah. But he points it out. That's not our fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's not our war.
Yeah.
They're armored up to the T. There's two of us. Like, what are we going to do? But in Ellie's mind, she simplified it. It's wrong. And if it's wrong, I got to do something about it.
Yeah. I don't want to be part of a community that just stands by and watches something.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that dilemma that you're torn into. But now that's all for naught. Jesse's dead. And Tommy is held at gunpoint by Abby. And the last scene that we see is her pointing the gun and boom. We're waking up in what I presume, because like I said, I haven't played the game, what I presume is a flashback scene from Seattle. And next season, we're supposed to get Abby's story leading up to that moment. So
I've unfortunately, this is what happens on the internet.
Yeah.
Especially, they have no chill. I'm not going to spoil it, but it has been spoiled for me what happens after that moment in the game, if they stick to what happened in the game.
True.
They've been very good. They've been very good about sticking to these key moments in the game.
Yeah.
And there's going to be another death of a character that is going to hit hard. And it's just like, great. Like, I guess I'm kind of glad that the Band-Aid got ripped off a bit because I didn't see the one from Joel coming, but it's just like, damn.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep my intrigue.
It's gonna be hard.
I'm gonna keep my intrigue, and I'm gonna
be careful when you're watching videos online. If you start seeing game footage, like scroll immediately, or it's gonna get spoiled.
Yeah, I am not. I might play the game. Maybe I'll spoil it for myself and play the game. Try it again. I got a Steam Deck now, so
great
maybe
game.
One
game of the year, if I'm not mistaken, when it came out.
It was a fantastic game. Yeah. It came out against some stiff competition. Oh yeah. So it was awesome game. I enjoyed the visuals of it. It was terrifying, so I chickened out really fast on the PS5. But maybe on the Steam Deck I'll have better luck. But yeah, that's what are your overall review points? What's the score? What learn to talk, Juan? What is your
what are the numbers
score? What is your rating that you give The Last of Us season 2, Trey?
Ooh, so I think this was a solid second season. Like the first season was iconic. There was a lot of great moments, but this one had some just jaw-dropping, gut-wrenching moments. So I give it a 8.5 out of 10. I know I give that score a lot. So
there's been a lot of good stuff.
We're gonna make it a 9 out of 10.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Trey.
And the only reason it wasn't a 10 for me because you hit me with that freaking cliffhanger at the end, which it's good television, but at the same time that shit pisses me off to no end.
That did not stop me from giving.
Because I have to stew there for a year.
That did not stop me. You think that's bad, bro? I still gave Across the Spider-Verse a 10 out of 10. And that was the worst cliffhanger I think I've ever had.
That was pretty bad.
And then we got delays. We're talking 3-4 years of waiting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10 also.
All right.
just because of Pedro's death, I have to deduct a point. He's got to stop
too
doing
good
that
at
to
it.
us.
Yeah.
He's too damn good. So
you know what?
cost them a point.
Now because Pedro died.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 because Pedro died. But yeah, no, viewers were turned off. Some people just swore they wouldn't watch it anymore. They just wouldn't. But the show is worth it if you can make it through that point. It's definitely worth it.
It happens with so many viewers with shows. Like I remember when Kit Harington, Jon Snow died, and people were like, "I'm done.
I'm out of here
anymore."
Yeah, and then you just get the.
It's hard not to because like Pedro was like one of the big draws of the show.
Yeah, he's the poster, literally the poster guy.
You see him in all the promos, and then he dies in what is it, the 3rd episode? And it's just like, what? What am I going to see in the rest of the season?
Did you see the start of the very next episode when the spore forms the two of them? It's just Ellie.
Yeah,
in the animation.
Like, how dare you? I see what you're doing, you editors. How dare you?
My heart.
Twist the knife. Why don't you?
Yeah,
twist the golf club in. Why don't you?
Literally. But yeah, guys, that's our thoughts on The Last of Us Season 2. We hope you enjoyed this review. Please get in the comments, leave your thoughts, or tell us that we're idiots and our take is horrible. Whatever you feel like saying, feel free to drop it in the comments. We appreciate you even watching us. We thank y'all so much, guys. We'll catch y'all on the next review.
Get behind me, Ellie. Get behind me.